Leia! Honey, what's wrong?
What's wrong? I've been in here crying for 10 minutes waiting to be held and consoled.
Hey, I'm Gwen Hollander, and this is my dog Merlin. He's my Allan. And I puppeteer and do the voice of Princess Leia in Allan the Dog. And she is Ellie's best friend, and she kind of knows her better than anybody. I'm getting kisses.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the movie.
Well, so Allison Hayslip, the wonderful Allison Hayslip, is a friend of mine, and she knew that I had some experience with puppets. So I guess when things started to be put into motion for making the film, she reached out to me and she was like, is this something you'd be interested in? And my initial response was that I was scared because I am not a wonderful puppeteer. Like, I have a lot of puppeteering. I'm in the world, or I'm kind of puppetry world adjacent, I would say. But I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm good enough to do that, but I'm interested for sure. So you sent me the script, and I read the script, and I thought it was so much fun. And then we met, and we decided to do it. And I learned a lot because I had never done anything like that, specifically like this before. It's
super interesting for people, I think, to hear what you mean by adjacent.
I have done some puppetry, but never on camera puppetry before. I was in, I did Avenue Q, where they give you kind of a crash course in puppetry, but it's for on stage puppetry. Right. It's like, you know, your hand is here.
Yeah, you're not trying to hide for camera.
Exactly. It's a totally different art form. And I also, my husband is a puppeteer, and some of our best friends are some of the best puppeteers in the world. So I know the world of puppetry, and I'm very much I'm involved in it, and I know it, but I'd never have considered myself a great puppeteer personally. The puppeteers that I know are not only amazing, skilled artists with, you know, voices and actors and all of that, but a huge part of their skill set is they just know immediately when you're like, we need this shot, and they're like, okay, I'll lay this way and we can block. Like they know there are a lot of tricks for blocking and like where they can hide. And my brain just doesn't work like that. I mean, there were days, I worked on Kidding, Jim Carrey's show that also had a lot of puppets with Dan. And there were a lot of days where they'd be like, we need a puppet to climb a ladder and while holding a paintbrush and a paint can, and then and I'm like, well, that's not possible. That's just not possible. It's not something that can be done. It's not going to happen. And the puppeteers are like, give us 2 minutes. And they're rigging hands, and it's amazing. So their brains just kind of work in a different way. They can see the solution to those problems. I unfortunately for you guys, was like, I don't know.
No, but you did though. I mean, because we buried you. I mean, shoot, you were under pillow cushions. You were under multiple tables. In the car, you had to get in the seat behind the driver and still make it look like she was just sitting there on her shoulder. I mean, it was super challenging.
Yeah, it was an adventure.
We did a DVD commentary, and I was telling the story about how you guys ended up doing the Lisa Loeb take. But I was also like, we did 4 or 5 takes before that, and they're like, hey, we want to try one thing. And the part of you is like, you're in such a hurry because we were shooting a ridiculous amount of pages, but you're like, man, if we could get this song. My take on it was, I was like, oh, I thought maybe they'd sing a line or two. And you guys ended up doing like a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, and we didn't really know what we were going to do. I think we were just like, that'd be funny. And then we both just kept going. I know Allison also loves to sing. Obviously, that's what I do. That's I'm a singer. And I also love, my nickname used to be MC Up a Third because I'll sing a third above any melody. So
you can always hear you.
And so we just started singing the song, and I sang a third above, and then it just kept going, and we kind of kept going until I didn't know the words. Allison knows all the words, but we reached a point where I stopped knowing the words. And otherwise, I think we could have gone the whole way, but it was one of those situations where it just started going, and I think everyone was like, oh, okay, so we're doing this. We're singing the song.
Do you have any favorite memories of anything specific from the shoot?
That day that we were shooting in the car was so funny. So I was trying to, contort my body to hide in the car. And I just kept hearing like the DP and you guys being like, but we can still see Gwen. We don't want to see Gwen. We gotta hide Gwen. We don't want to see Gwen. No, we don't want to be seeing Gwen. And then Allison turned around. She was like, this is so, and I was like, I know, I'm an actor. I'm not usually a puppeteer, and it's very weird to just keep hearing like we don't want to see you. Get out of here.
I'm so sorry. I don't even remember doing that.
The last thing we want to see is you. And I was like, this is this is an interesting experience.
So what is the story of Alan the dog to you?
I would say it's a story about friendship. I mean, there's a romance element to it, but I think it's a story about friendship and, you know, the things that sometimes get in the way of friendship and that make you realize how unimportant some other stuff is and that friendship is the most important thing. And like in this case, there's a romantic element that kind of comes between them, but also an ambition element. Like they've decided that, you know, that they had this joint ambition and then the relationship kind of shifts one friend's ambition in a different, focus in a different direction and coming through on the other side of that.
Last question, it's a fun one. So in one of the climactic scenes of the movies, which I absolutely love and always wanted to happen, the two puppets have a nice kiss.
Yeah.
Had you ever done anything like a silly, I know it's a simple move, but had you done something like that before?
So in Avenue Q, not only do the puppets kiss, but the puppets have a very graphic sexual encounter.
Oh.
So I have not only had my puppet kiss another puppet, but I've done some other things with my puppet and the other puppet.
Nice.
So yeah, kissing is nothing.
Nice.
He's cute, but kind of a dick.
Right up your alley.
Touche. But we can't all have loving fathers.